Hey guys, you're watching this video because there's something inside you that no matter how much success you have, no matter how good your life looks from the outside, you have this sinking feeling that you should be further along than you actually are. And you hate yourself for it. You look at your life, you look at where you live, and you look at how you live, and you detest. Like your blood boils thinking you've missed your mark, you're too late, or you should have done more. Now, the reality is, maybe some of those things are true, but most of them are not. And I want to tell you, after having worked with men for the better part of 20 years, and specifically for the last 10 years, working with business owners, entrepreneurs, founders, unpack their life, unpack what's worked and what's not worked, specifically so that they can heal their marriage. All of those men feel the same way, no matter how much success they've had. They look at themselves and go, I think I should be further along than where I am right now. So part of what I help them do is what I'm going to help you do today, which is to reimagine where you need to be and what you can do to get there. So if you're watching this, I want you to get out a pen and paper and write down a few things. Number one, your inner critic is not your friend. I, for years, had a horrible experience with my inner critic. My inner critic would wake me up. It would adrenalize me. It would tell me what a piece of shit I was. It would say things to me like, you're going to be just like your father, who died at 53 years old, bankless, on his 8th marriage. I think some of my laughter is actually me recognizing that probably some of that is my own storytelling, my own exaggeration of what I think about my father. The truth is, I don't really know. I didn't know him very well. So I had this inner critic that told me two things. One, the judgment about what I thought of him, and two, that I was going to be just like him. And so there's an antidote to the inner critic. It's really simple. And the antidote is this helpful? Is this thought I'm having about where I should be, who I should be, what I should be doing, who I should be with, is it helpful? Sometimes it is, but if it's adrenalizing you, bringing judgment, and especially toxic shame, it is not helpful. It's not there. So the more you can be aware that that inner critic is getting you stuck in toxic shame, and it's not there to actually help you, you need to let go of those judgments. Okay, the second thing is, I've heard this said many times, and I think it bears repeating. We overestimate what we can get done in a day and underestimate what we can get done in a year. Oftentimes, we think, oh, if I were to do this large amount of work in a given day, if I could get these 10 things done, 7 things done, then I would be further along. And then we get to the end of the day and we've only done one thing, or we've done no things. And then we really beat ourselves up. So how do you fix this? Well, you have to differentiate between the urgent and not important versus the important and not urgent. You could go Google that, and there's all kinds of studies around how to do that specifically. But I like to think of it as, what can I do today, 1 to 3 things, which will distill my life down to how I want to live, what I want, and what are the 1 to 3 things that I can do today to move that along. Of course, there's always going to be urgent things. Bills need to get paid. Kids need to be taken care of. But what about the book that you always wanted to write? What about going to the gym? What about pursuing your wife? What about starting that business? Whatever it is, even in 15 minutes or 30 minutes, or just doing one task to move that forward, will start to build in some self-confidence, which will then unhook you from the shame and the expectation that you were feeling earlier. So the last thing I want to say about this is, again, this is a universal feeling. No matter how much success a man has had in his life, this feeling wants to creep back up. It's not there to help you. So what I want you to do is write out how you want your life to look with as much detail as possible. For some of you, this will be very hard because it feels too good to be true. You won't actually know how to own what you want. And that's a problem, because when you don't know what you want, but you don't know what you want, then you just get this vague feeling that you're off course, that nothing is ever good enough, or that you can't ask for good things. As a little kid, I learned that I couldn't ask for things because we grew up basically poor. So I didn't learn how to advocate for myself when I knew I wanted something. It took me my adult years to get clear on what I want, to get really clear, to write it out. The kind of person I wanted to marry, which I did, the kind of business I want to have, which I have, where I live, which is in Europe. This stuff works, but it requires clarity, it requires effort and consistency. All right, guys, I packed a lot of information in here in a pretty short video. A lot of this is going to sound like too simple, but the reality is, to get the life that you want, to get the relationship you want, it's just taking a simple step, one after another, consistently, day in and day out. I'm headed to a meeting right now where that's a part of my bigger vision. I meet consistently with groups of people to help me achieve my goals of wholeness, emotional sobriety, being the man and the father and the dad I want to be, the business owner I want to be. You can't do it alone. So if you need more resources, if you're looking for some next steps, go to the links in the description below. Sign up for a free 9-page PDF that will outline exactly what you need to do in your marriage, if that's the most painful part. If you're looking to unhook yourself from people pleasing and codependency, the part of yourself that doesn't know how to advocate for yourself, then I have a course down there for $47. If you're really wanting to uncover all these self-sabotaging parts of yourself, the parts of yourself that don't know how to say what you want in the moment, the parts of yourself that are actually unclear on what you want, and you need help, book a $100 call with me. Normally my clients pay $500, and some guys have paid double that for an hour of my time, because they know during that hour they're going to get super clear, they're going to know exactly what to do, and they start to get traction in their lives after that call. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Keep coming back. Don't forget to like and subscribe.